I'm here at the overseas call centre of a large insurance company. With me is customer service team leader Mr. Bolte. Mr. Bolte, how easy is it to provide great insurance service to your customers?
Well, we're on another continent. You can never get through. We've no idea who you are, and we're only allowed to work from a script with the information on the screen in front of us. Frankly, you'd be better with High House.
High House Insurance, your local experts. High House Insurance don't pay to be on comparison websites, so your premiums are better value. For a free, no-obligation quote, call Selsey 606 552. High House, local, reliable insurance. High Street, Selsey.
Hi, and welcome once again to Selsey Internet Radio's podcast. My name's Keith Barnes, and our first item of interest this week is What's On, and that's our weekly look at things that are going on in and around the village for your education and entertainment. Right, on Tuesday the 29th, we start off with the Ace Poker League at the Fisherman's Joy. That starts at 7:30, and that will cost you just £1 to join in that. We also have at the Academy between 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock a sewing club that started up recently. And if you'd like to become part of that, well, you need to book it. And to do that, you can phone 07508 716 037. Now, on Wednesday the 30th, we've got the Ace Poker League once again. That's on 2 nights every week, of course. And that's at the Fisherman's Joy. Starts at 7:30, costs you just £1. Now, also on Wednesday, we have Selsey Carpet Bowls at Medbury School. And if you'd like to go along and try your hand at that, and it's a good fun game and very competitive, I have to say, but it's a great game, great bit of fun. Now, if you'd like more information, you can have a look at their website and find out what it's all about, and that's on www.selseycarpetbowls.co.uk, or you can phone Sylvia Cox on 681 663 or Annette Isket on 606 227. And also on Wednesday the 30th, Selsey Woodcarvers. Now, they're at the Scouts Hut in School Lane from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. They like to take their time when they're using those sharp chisels. Rushing about with sharp chisels can only lead to grief. And you can go there and try your hand at that, or your fingers anyway. And loan tools are available for beginners, and they're a good bunch of people. I do know some of them. They're amazingly skilled at what they do, and if you could just learn a bit of the skill of some of them, you'd be doing quite well. And I have promised that I will take myself down there when I retire at the end of this month. One of the things I'm going to do is go in there on a Wednesday and give that a try, so I might see you down there. Now, this won't cost you an arm and a leg, well, not unless you're extremely careless. And if you'd like some more information about that, you can have a look at their website, and that's www.selseywoodcarvers.co.uk. Simple. Right, now moving on to Thursday the 1st, there's a quiz night at the Fisherman's Joy, and that starts at about 8:30. That's £1 per head, maximum teams of 8, and just in case you're not very bright and you're not very good at quizzes, they have bingo during the break, and that's for cash, so you could come away with a few bob from there. And once again on Thursday, of course, we have carpet bowls at Medbury School, as we described earlier, so you can get onto them, or you can go Thursday night or Wednesday night, whatever you prefer. Now, if you want some real fun, go out and really enjoy yourself, there's a blood donor session at the Selsey Centre, and that runs from 2 till 4:30, and then again from 5:30 until 7:45. So get down there and give them a drop of blood. They really do need it, and if you're ever in hospital needing blood, you'll realise just how important those donations are. And also on Thursday the 1st, there's Stress Busters, and that's at the bridge behind the library, and that starts at 4 o'clock. So don't get stressed out if you can't make it. And all adults are welcome. And that's a new one. That's a new thing starting. So go along and give that, if you're feeling a bit stretched, go along and give Stress Busters a try. You'll find that you'll come out of there feeling all better for it. Now, on Saturday the 3rd, we've got line dancing at the Viking Club at Green Lawns. Now, most people think that they can't go in there unless they're caravan owners. Well, I'm assured by Julie, that runs the line dancing lessons down there, that you can. And that's from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. And the best part about it is it's free. So if you'd like to go along and learn how to do line dancing properly, not like me, then you're more than welcome. So get yourself down to the Viking Club at Green Lawns on a Saturday between 1 to 2. And this is going to run through till they break up for Christmas. So it's got quite a run in front of it. So you should learn an awful lot by then. You'll be quite competent line dancers by that time. And that's on Saturday the 3rd. Now on Sunday the 4th, at the Academy once again, Selsey carers have their car boot sale. So you can go there. I think that starts at 7:30 for sellers, 8 o'clock for buyers, and that runs through till 1 p.m. So you get down there and grab yourself a bargain. And also on Sunday the 4th, John Crampton sings Mississippi Blues at the Seal. That starts at 3 p.m. and that promises to bring out some really good music from John Crampton. Okay, and on Monday the 5th, we have basketball at the Academy. Now that starts at 5 p.m. in the sports hall, and that's for 7 to 11-year-olds. That starts at 5 p.m. and from 6 p.m. 12-year-olds and over. So get down there and have a go at that. And that's about it for this week. There should be plenty of diversity there to keep you going, from youngsters through to the not so young. So there should be plenty to do for everybody. Right, we move on now with a piece of music from Purple Planet. This is called City Slicker. Now, have you ever fancied yourself as a radio presenter? Because Selsey Internet Radio is looking for a couple of more presenters, or indeed, if you'd rather just be involved in the technical side of it with the editing, if your interest lies in that department, and you don't need to know too much about it, I'm more than happy to come along and give you some guidance and some tuition if you fancy helping us out and having a go. Just contact us and we'll arrange to show you what it's all about. Now, you can contact us by sending us an email at studio.selseyinternetradio@gmail.com, or you can text us or even phone us on 07551 93019. So if you fancy hearing yourself on the radio, get in touch with us. We go across to the kitchen now, where I've got a couple of very nice recipes for you for this week. Welcome to Keithy's Kitchen. Well, the weather's getting a little bit colder now, so I thought for today's first dish we'd have a simple vegetable curry. And vegetable curry is rather nice. You don't have to be a vegetarian to enjoy this, but it's a lovely dish. And the ingredients we need are 1 tablespoonful of oil, 1 large onion peeled and sliced, 2 tablespoonsful of tikka masala paste, 200 millilitres of reduced fat coconut milk, 200 ml of very low salt vegetable stock, half a butternut squash, about 250 grams, peeled, deseeded and cubed, 250 grams of green beans trimmed and cut in half, and 1 red pepper deseeded and chopped, and some fresh coriander leaves to garnish. And this is what we do. We heat the oil in a large pan and fry the onion over a medium heat for about 5 minutes until softened. Stir in the masala paste and cook for 1 minute. Turn down the heat and pour in the coconut milk. Keep stirring it while you're doing that. Now slowly pour in the stock, add the butternut squash and bring to the boil. Then lower the heat, cover and simmer for about 10 minutes. Add the beans and chopped pepper to the pan and cook, covered for another 5 to 10 minutes until the squash is tender. And garnish with the coriander and serve with rice and naan bread or chapatis, whatever you like. A simple vegetarian curry. It should take you only about 45 minutes to knock up, and rather nice for these evenings now they get a little bit chillier. And this next recipe fair makes my mouth water. Roast belly of pork with apples and sage. Brilliant recipe this. And this will serve 4 to 5 people. And this is what we need. 1.5 kilos of pork belly deeply scored, 2 tablespoonsful of finely chopped fresh thyme leaves, 2 teaspoonsful of sea salt flakes, 1 teaspoonful of coarsely ground black pepper plus some extra for seasoning, 3 medium apples peeled, quartered, cored and cut into thick slices, 2 medium onions sliced, and a good handful of fresh sage leaves. And we also require 2 teaspoonsful of plain flour and 200 ml of cider, and the freshly ground black pepper of course for seasoning. And this is what we do. We preheat the oven to 240 degrees centigrade or gas mark 9. Pat the rind dry with kitchen paper if it feels at all damp. Mix the thyme with salt and pepper and rub this seasoning mixture into the pork rind and the underside of the pork. Now place the pork in a sturdy roasting tin or flame-proof baking tray and roast for 25 to 30 minutes. Now this will give the rind a chance to bubble and become really crisp. And turn the oven down to 180 degrees centigrade or gas mark 4 and continue roasting for another hour. Toss the apples with the onions and the whole sage leaves and a few twists of black pepper and make a compact pile in the centre of a clean small roasting tin. And when ready, remove the pork from the oven and place it on top of the apples and onions, and keeping the apple and onion pieces snugly underneath the meat so they don't burn. And keep the first roasting tin to one side because you'll need the cooking juices to make the gravy. Return the pork to the oven and cook for a further hour until the meat is really succulent and tender. Now take the first roasting tin and skim off any fat from the cooking juices and place the tin over a medium heat. Stir in the flour and cook for a minute or so, stirring it constantly otherwise it will go lumpy. And gradually stir in the cider and 100 ml of water and bring to a simmer. Now cook for 3 or 4 minutes while stirring and strain through a sieve into a small saucepan and season to taste and set aside. Now when the pork is cooked, transfer it to a carving board, scoop up the apple and onion with a large spoon and place in a warmed serving bowl. Reheat the cider gravy until bubbling and cut the pork into thick slices. Then serve the pork and the crackling with the apple and the sage and the hot gravy. Oh my, well, wonderful. Yes folks, that's us, Selsey Internet Radio, caring for our community, the community of Selsey at the present, but we'd like to expand our horizons a little bit and take in the whole of the Manhood Peninsula. So if you'd like to be part of this and you live in Bracklesham or the Witterings or Huntston, Settlesham, Appledram, anywhere pretty much up to the A27, if you'd like to become part of this station, or you'd just like to send in your thoughts, or you've got some stories that you'd like to read, anything at all, contact us, and you can do that at studio.selseయింternetradio@gmail.com, or you can phone us on 07551 93019, or of course you can text us on the same number. Now if you've got any items at all that you'd like to discuss, any items perhaps that you'd like us to read rather than read it yourself. Whichever way you'd like to do it, if you'd like to contribute in any way, shape or form, then please feel free to contact us, and we'll look forward to hearing from you. Now, one thing that I did promise myself I'd do when I retired is to spend more time in the garden. So I'm going to get myself a nice big comfortable chair and spend more time in the garden. Probably watching the wife take care of things, because she's far better at gardening than I am. But anyway, there's a few tips for you that jobs you need to take care of as we come up to the end of September. And if you do it now, it'll save you time and work in the future. So if you want an easier time in the months to come, this is what you got to do now. Now, if you've got a fruit or vegetable patch, you'll be busy reaping the rewards of the harvest, or the last bits anyway. But remember to dig up the potatoes. Otherwise the slugs will come along and get them, and the potatoes will be no good, and the slugs will be better fed than you are. So don't forget to dig up the potatoes. Now, it's also time to clean out cold frames and greenhouses so they're ready for you to use in the autumn. And collect and sow seeds now from perennials and hardy annuals, so you get a beautiful show next year. Now, if you're lucky enough to have a pond, now's a good time to be putting a net over it, because otherwise pretty soon the leaves will start falling and they'll get in the pond and they'll discolour it and they'll sink to the bottom and rot, and they're just no good for the pond at all. So cover the pond up with a net, and that will save you all that problem, especially if you've got fish in there, because rotting leaves in there no good for the fish. And now is also a good time to start planting your spring flowering bulbs, so just to get that first splash of colour come spring next year. Herbaceous perennials should be divided by now, and remember to keep watering those new plants. You must water those new plants. And finally, once your hanging baskets are past their best, replant them with spring flowering bulbs, and also put some heathers and ivies in there just to give them some colour late into the year. And that's about it for the gardener tips. We go across now for the weather.
The weather report.
Right, and here's our chance to have a look at the weather for the coming week. Well, Monday promises to be bright with a high of 19 degrees and wind at 16 miles an hour. It's a little bit breezy, but not too bad. Tuesday very much the same, wind picking up just a tad up to 17, maybe 18 miles an hour. Temperature still 19 degrees, so still very nice. Wednesday it changes a little bit, and there's just 10% chance of some rain, but nothing too serious. 18 degrees, winds picking up once again to about 20 mile an hour now. Thursday, cloudy and sunshine, 10% chance of rain. Friday, chance of rain increases a little bit, 20% chances of rain, 17 degrees centigrade, wind dying a little bit to 16 miles an hour. And Saturday, well, much the same, sunshine and a bit of broken cloud, temperatures of 17 and the wind dying down to 15 miles an hour. So all in all, a pretty good week. Well, that just leaves me to say thank you for listening, and on behalf of our producer John Fletcher, this is Keith Barnes from Selsey Internet Radio saying it's nice to have been with you. See you again soon.